Hello everyone! It's been a while since I've done this kind of video. Like, I always seem to be doing like vlogs or like drive me's or anything, but it's been a while since I've like sat down to film. But today I have a story for you. I've been wanting to tell this one for a while, but I've not had like any free time really, and now I finally have the time to tell you guys this story. Normally stuff like this doesn't really happen to me. Like, the only story times I've really had is Depop lady scammed me on Depop. No shit, Sherlock. Whereas this one actually is juicy. The police are involved. We got kicked out of an Airbnb. It's just a vibe. So to give some preface for this story, you kind of need to understand what was going on. So me and I think 13 others, we had a group chat and we decided for my friend Lottie and Aaron's birthday we were going to go down to Bournemouth. Now at the time we were looking at like Airbnbs, like hotels, but we decided on Airbnb just because it meant that like all of us could stay in one house together. And so Lottie booked this house. I think it was, I can't remember how many people it was suitable for, but it was suitable for the group size that we were with. Like, there were enough beds for everyone. Like, we leave, we go to Bournemouth, we're in good spirits, we're just like, yep,
holiday vibes.
So going to Bournemouth, absolutely fine. It's like 2 hours away from us. It's not like a long way away. And we get there and we're all tired and we walk through the front door. I will try and find pictures to insert here. Basically, I had a lounge and a toilet, but then upstairs it was a lot further back. So I think there was another house underneath, as far as I'm aware. It was almost like an apartment basically, but with 3 floors. A house is what I described there. A house. But like a quarter of the downstairs was there. This house was literally like a crack den. Like, you opened the door, you walked out onto this like scaffold balcony, like you could literally fall through it. The beds were like dirty, like the whole place just stunk. The carpets were old. It had crack den vibes. We arrived and we were just like, what the fuck is this place? So anyway, we went in, we chose our rooms, like we were all like ready to go. We booked it for 2 nights. So Friday comes around, I'll insert vlog clips here because I managed to get them that night somehow. I took my vlogging camera expecting to vlog here. Didn't actually vlog that much at all, but I'll insert it here. What are we saying?
Saying this to the man.
For the man.
Get up, 5 minutes from that came right now.
Wait, hang, oh no, you dare.
Go on, it's got a bit of money in it.
Brock Lesnar, fucking hell.
What? I'm gonna be... Why are you vlogging?
For your YouTube channel, Ben. Ben, mate. You got subscribers. It's like a GoPro. They're relying on that.
No!
Hi there. We're just in Bournemouth.
So anyway, after all that, we decided it was time to go out. This house could sleep 13, 14 people, but the top floor was about 6 mattresses just laid on the floor. Downstairs, it was bed. They didn't have bedding. Like, it was just a bit of a weird vibe. So anyway, as you can see by vlog clips, we drank a bit. Like, we were ready to go out. We weren't like noisy, but we weren't quiet either. And that's like a big part of it. So on our planned quiet night, we ended up going out just to this place called Halo because we had nothing else to do. We tried to do a barbecue, but the barbecue wouldn't work, even though it was advertised. Another thing, like literally the coals would not light. We were just like, F this. I can't believe I just said F this. And then we went to this club called Halo. Now in Halo, if you've ever been to Bournemouth, it's like a converted church. Like, it's quite big, but the reason we went, like, we got given these like voucher things where you could get a free drink, but in fact you had to spend money on a drink to get the free drink, and it was all a bit confusing. But anyway, we ended up having to leave that club early because Lottie had shoved a straw up her nose. Lottie got whisked away into the emergency thing. Bear in mind, this was her like birthday celebration. She got whisked away with a straw up her nose, having a massive nosebleed. Then she had to wear a t-shirt saying take me to church because obviously it's a church. We then leave. It's about 1, 2 o'clock I think at this point. I'm gonna say 1 o'clock. Go to the bad van, usual shit, like bish bash bosh. But by this point I had a massive migraine. So I arrived home, and bearing in mind we were sharing rooms with people, I was like, there's no way that I can do this. Like, I'm literally the most high maintenance person you'll ever meet basically. So I slept downstairs on the couch. About an hour, I'd say. About an hour passed by. I managed to go to sleep after throwing up. Like, not a good time in my life. Still slightly drunk, still dizzy, still don't know really what's going on. Like, still my vision's blurry because of my migraine. And in bursts a police officer with a police torch. I had no clue what was going on. I literally woke up and was like, so at this point I was so confused. I had no clue what was going on, and I just woke up to this like glaring torch in my face, and I was like, can I help? And they were just like, police, and then they were like searching the house, and I was just like, right. So then they carried on to like talk to people upstairs. I still had no clue what was going on. There was shouting, there was like back and forth arguing, and I was just like, can someone explain please? So anyway, turns out it was either a noise complaint or a domestic abuse case. I'm gonna go with the noise complaint version just because, but when they came in they said B17. So if anyone knows what that is, comment down below. I think it was a noise complaint. But like I said earlier in the story, the house was divided. So it was that floor, and then like that much of that floor, and then that bit was like a separate apartment. So I think it was the people underneath us that had raised a noise complaint. But I still had no clue what was going on. Then comes the fun part. We received a message from our dear friend Bob, put to us at 8:43 AM. Bearing in mind we'd all been out the night before clubbing. We will be actioning a council complaint on Monday, which may lead to action being taken against you or your group. Can you please leave the house now? Your reservation is cancelled and you cannot stay today or tonight. We could not have been clearer with you about the noise. There will be no refund. Please confirm once you have left so we can come and inspect. Please leave the key in the safe. Then in big capital letters, Bob, if you're going to accuse us of having the police come in, then get it right. Nobody was having a fight. People were noisy, but there was no fight. So we were like, what the hell is going on? It was literally 8:30, everyone was asleep, and we had to get out of this house. Bearing in mind, we had like all of our stuff, like 14 suitcases, 14 bags, like duvets, the lot. And so anyway, we were just like, Bob, we've left the house, like the key is in the safe. Also, may I add that the Airbnb host, Bob, asked for a noise complaint deposit. I think it was £15 each or something per night. I can't remember how much it was, but it was like quite a big chunk of money. And we were like, oh no, we'll pay it to you in cash. And he was like, okay, I'll come and get it tomorrow. So then this day rolls around, we think that he's gonna come to the house for the noise deposit, but also we've been kicked out. What do you do? So we thought Bob was coming. Bob didn't come, but he was like ringing us and everything, and we were just like, oh my god. Then we accidentally answered the phone to him because Elizabeth had lost her phone, and that was found by a man called Washington. Washington worked in a bank. We had to go to a bank to pick up Elizabeth's phone, but we thought it was Washington ringing us, but in fact it was Bob. Then Bob was shouting at us down the phone, and we were just like, at this point many of us were still drunk. We're 19. People had shouted at the police saying you can't arrest someone for being annoying. Still one of my favourite quotes to this day.
You can't cuff someone for annoying you.
We were grumpy as hell. We were just done. So then we decided to go to our friend Elliot's house. Elliot lives in a house in Bournemouth, which is obviously where we're staying, and there are about 13 of us, 2 bedrooms. But Elliot did save the day, and then we actually did have quite a nice night out the second night, and there's not really much else to the story, to be fair. It was one of the weirdest nights that ever happened to me, to be fair, because you just can't make it up. If you enjoyed, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time in another video. Goodbye.